Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Baking with Bree. Today we're going to be making something I'm super duper excited about. Oh, do you guys see it? It's a Minecraft iron sword. Now this is the one that I got when I went to PAX. I didn't get it at PAX, but I got it for PAX. Now I'll give you guys a close-up of it, but I just want to let you guys know that it is signed by almost everyone from Cube, SMP, and Minecraft. They're not all on here. I did try and get as many as I could, but there hopefully are some people that you guys will recognize. And on the back in very big letters, it's from very big, it's Parker Games. He's so kind as to sign my sword twice, once on this side and once on this side. Anyway, I'll give you guys a close-up of that, but I was inspired by going to the PAX 2014 and getting this, and I was inspired to make a cake honoring my wonderful sword. This one actually goes, I don't normally touch it, I have it hung on my wall and I took it down for this, but this is what we're making and I'm moving it so much. Anyway, to make this amazing sword, I will show you guys what you guys need. So let's get started. So guys, to make the buttercream frosting, I just have some icing sugar here. Behind there sneaking around is just a little bit of milk, some vanilla extract, and then I just have butter, and that's really all you guys need. And I'm just going to show you guys how to make a simple buttercream frosting. I have two 9x13-inch cakes that I just baked already, and they're just sitting and they're cooling in the refrigerator. So yeah, and then over here, I'll move it in a little bit. I use the Wilton Black Decorating, the Black Decorator Preferred Fondant, because black is one of the absolute hardest colors to actually be able to dye with white fondant. Now, if you guys are wondering how I made these squares, I'll tell you guys how many you need of each color for the iron sword. But the way that I made them was I took this, it's just a piece of cardboard that I got off of a box. I just marked it and I cut it so that the width of it is matching the width of the cubes on, or the squares on here. And then all I did was I cut nice long strips, and I'll show you guys what I'm gonna do. I'll show you guys a few, but just to let you guys know, I cut long strips going this way, and then I turned it this way and then just cut them like this, and you guys will understand more when I show you guys. I also made a cookie cutter that's about the same size. I made this one, but if you guys have one that's, you guys can kind of tell. I'll leave measurements of about how big these are. These are kind of an awkward size, but I'll try and leave measurements for them. I couldn't find one that I have that was the exact size, so I tried to make one. I did use it for the light grays and all that, but I'll go over this. So for the fondant, I have a total of 29 black squares, 19 dark gray squares, 3 brown squares, and 16 white squares. And then the last things you guys are going to need, they're just right over here. I have it just all resting on my turntable. I have a fondant smoother. It just looks like this. Mine's just by Wilton. A knife, I want an offset spatula, and a piping bag, and then I have Wilton number 12 tip, and it's just a circular, it's just a round nozzle, pretty much. And I also have a cake board. You guys can't really see it, but it's just a cake board in the back that I have that will fit the cake, or the sword. And I also have my KitchenAid over here, which you guys also can't see. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you guys want to do is you guys want to put all of your butter into your KitchenAid mixer. You guys can use a handheld mixer or a whisk, but I find that the KitchenAid does work the best because of the fact it has this balloon whisk, which is actually a super good whisk. And also you're gonna beat it for about 5 minutes, and it's gonna make your arm tired. So I have my butter softened to room temperature, and that's the best thing for making a frosting, obviously, because you don't want to have it with, well, cold butter. So I'm just gonna get all this out of here, and I'm just gonna switch my spatula. And then I'm gonna just start whisking this. And I'm just gonna whisk it for about 5 minutes or until it's really white. And that's one of the best keys to making a nice buttercream, is you want it to be a white and like a pale white. You'll see that you put it in and it's quite yellow. And then when you start to whisk it up, it'll become quite white and it'll be perfect. So when we get there, I'll show you guys what it should look like. Okay, so it's been on there for a few minutes. It's been almost 5 minutes, but let me just show you guys. I'm just gonna try and mix it all up. I'm trying to get a lot onto the whisk. I don't know if you guys can see, but this is a lot wider than it was originally, because it was originally kind of this color, and then it turned into this color. So you can kind of see, it has changed a lot. I don't know how well you guys can see it on the camera, but it's changed, and you can actually tell it's it's really glossy. You guys can kind of look, it looks actually almost like whipped cream. It's amazing. So next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add in our icing sugar. Now, don't add all of it in at once. Try and add them in a little bit at a time. I like to do about half. Oh, okay, maybe a little bit more than half. And then I like to just stir it in a little bit with my spatula. That way what happens is when you put it onto the actual mixer, you're not gonna get a huge dust cloud in like everything. And it's gonna be a little bit easier for you to manage and easier for the cleanup too. So I'm just gonna give this a quick stir. That looks pretty good. It's not, I didn't like mix it very well, but as you guys can kind of see, it's been covered in the butter too, and that will help it by not spraying up everywhere, because you will get this stuff everywhere if you just turn it on. And make sure you put it on high, make sure to put it on low at this stage, because if not, you'll be sorry. Okay guys, so all of it is actually mixed in. That just took a couple of seconds. And it's all you guys can kind of tell. It's pretty mixed in. So I'm just gonna add the rest of it in, the rest of the sugar in. And then again, I'm just gonna take my spatula again and just repeat the process by just mixing it in with my spatula for a little bit and then mixing it on, and I'll come back when I'm all done with that. Okay guys, so it's just mixed in just like it was before. Now I'm gonna turn it up to high and whisk it for about 2 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna add my vanilla extract. Okay guys, so it's been a couple of minutes, and I just want to show you guys, it's really stiff. Like it's never gonna get off of this whisk unless I really help it. So we're gonna add in our vanilla extract, and then we're gonna add in a little bit of milk. Now you want to add your milk in about a tablespoon at a time or so. Just put in a little small dash of vanilla. If you guys want to make yours really white, you guys can use clear vanilla extract. Personally, it's not real vanilla extract, it's an imitation extract, and I personally don't think that it tastes very good. But if you guys want to, go ahead, and that will just help make yours really white, or you guys can use a white food coloring. But I'm just gonna put this in and just a little drop of milk, and I'm just gonna keep adding milk until it gets to the right consistency, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. So I like to take a scoop, and it's not gonna, you guys can see this, it's not gonna, oh, I'm gonna get a bigger scoop. It's not gonna fall off. You guys can see this. It's not falling off unless I help it fall off. And that's how I can tell that it's done. And so guys, this is just a piece of black fondant, and I'm just gonna show you guys how I made my squares. Now I'm just gonna roll this out until it's the same size of all these ones, which is about 1/8 of an inch thick or so. Okay guys, so this is about 1/8 of an inch thick. You guys can't really see that too well. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this piece of cardboard that I told you guys about already. I'm gonna place it down on top of it, and I'm gonna take my knife. Now this is what I did for all of my squares yesterday. And they did take quite a bit of time, but they weren't too bad. Now, like I said before, I also made a cookie cutter, but it wasn't quite the right size to make sure that all of them were perfect and stuff. So I did end up mostly doing this. So then make sure that's even on both sides. And then what I like to do is I went like this, and I actually took it and I cut it like this and like this on either side. Oops, that wasn't. There you go. And then that actually made them into perfect little squares that I then cut out a bunch of and used as my squares for this. Okay guys, so I leveled off my cake, and I just used a little cake leveler for that, and you just walk it across, and I really find these really handy because personally I'm not the best with using a big serrated knife and making it flat. Then I covered my iron sword in plastic wrap. You guys might be able to see this hot pink thing I have here. This is just poster board that I actually cut out the shape of the sword with. Now the only problem is it wasn't perfect, and I don't have another piece to really do it again with. So I'm actually just going to use my sword, and that will be my tracer. So I'm just going to kind of outline it first before I really cut it. So you guys can go up and down. I know I'm going to cut my hand off. Someday I will, but not today. It can go up and down however you guys want to. I like to definitely go up and down towards the end. It's kind of falling off. But I'm going to take this off now, and then I'm going to actually, here, I'm going to split this in half. But first I'm going to get a bigger piece of parchment paper and line down, okay? I love that sound. Sorry guys, I'm just taking this part off so you guys can see a little bit better. But I just transferred it onto another piece of wax paper so you guys can see it a little bit better. So all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to lay down the sword, I'm going to line it up, and now is the not so much fun part, as I'm actually just going to cut it out. Now, I'm going to skip this for you guys, so that you guys can just see what I do after this, but it's pretty self-explanatory. All you're doing is just cutting little pieces off of the edge, and then you'll be left with the blade of the sword. Hey guys, so I finished cutting out my whole entire cake, and it looks pretty good. Obviously guys, it's not gonna be perfect. Mine's not perfect, and I doubt that everyone's or anyone's is gonna be completely perfect. Now, I did run out of space for a little bit. On some of these little corners, you guys probably can't see them, but I just used little pieces like this from the triangles that I used to cut off from up here, and I just cut out little triangles, and I made it all work. I also tried to remove as many crumbs as I could from around the actual board, but there are still a little bit, but that's okay. So first we're just gonna start by doing a crumb coat. Now for those of you guys who do not know, a crumb coat, oh, I'm dropping frosting everywhere. A crumb coat is a thin layer of frosting that will help trap in all of those crumbs. So then when you place fondant and then another layer of frosting over it, it will not get any crumbs into the actual coat, so this is pretty much this is called a crumb coat because we're trapping all of the crumbs inside of the frosting. Okay, sorry you guys probably can't see me, I'm over here. I'm just grabbing the cake out of the fridge. It's been in there for about 15 minutes. I'm gonna keep my sword right here in my hand. I'm just gonna start, I'm gonna take my dark gray, and I'm gonna start up at the tip. So up here, I'm gonna put one right here, right at the tip. And then guys, I actually took 2 squares and I glued them together with just a little bit of water after I made these, so when they were fresh. And that way they should stick together a little bit better. You can kind of just push these over. Just look at this. It looks pretty awesome. I'm just gonna take I just have a little bit of buttercream in a piping bag, and I'm just gonna do a bead border. Hey guys, so I just kind of want to show you guys how I am doing the border. I'll try and get as close as you guys can to see it. I am just so if you guys can see, I'm just pushing and releasing, and that's one way to make it. Just keep pushing and releasing, and then you're just gonna get these little balls and try and make them as even as possible. Or you guys can do it this way. You guys can kind of push, release, pull down, push, release, pull down, push, release, pull down, push, release, pull down, push, release, pull down. I personally like this method better than this method because this method you get these little peaks. Hey guys, so I did just finish. I finished piping the border all the way around, and it looks beautiful. So let me just hold this up and make sure that I don't drop it. This is my sword. I will have pictures, but this is what the sword looks like. I think it turned out amazing. If you guys want to see anything else, please leave a comment down below. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to Making with Brie for more videos. And also, I told you guys that I would give you guys a closer look at this, and I will, okay? So here over here we have, there's like Seth Bling, H-Bomb, just trying to do the ones that I think people might know. The Parker Games is right there, and then Finn from Finn's Graphic also signed this for me. These are all on this side. I have like Captain Sparkles, and then Kermit, and all these people, and then on the back, like I said, I have a giant Parker Games. So guys, this is our inspiration, and this is what I made. Now, I personally love this. I think that it looks amazing. It's also a pretty big cake. It used up about 1.5 9 by 13 inch cakes. I would recommend definitely trying to bake 2 at least, because you never know. If you mess up, you can always do another one. This is what I ended up with. I'll have pictures, but thank you guys all so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye!